to use this word, it's not representatives, but a couple people to come beforehand to the Thursday GA there to help plan the events for the gathering on Saturday. So that's it. Liaisons, that's good. Huh?
Sounded like an
Yeah, I'm proposing that we arrange some sort of carpool or something and get people invited there. And I need to know how to pick people to represent.
Just going to do a point of process really quickly.
I was told to make it a proposal. Sorry.
No.
Okay.
Well, I kind of think that might be an announcement. I don't know how you guys feel.
I need to know how to. Do I announce like, okay, people represent yourselves and come? Like, how do I choose liaisons? Is what I need.
Well, I just feel like I was the one who suggested this be a proposal because I don't think that people should nominate themselves to be representatives or liaisons for Occupy Detroit without talking to everybody about that. So that's why I was like, I don't want people to self-appoint.
I don't know what comes first. This or that. You, Joe?
No.
Okay, you do it.
Do we have any points of information?
Yeah, right here.
Okay, go ahead.
I was at the last gathering, and what it is just an update on what we're doing. So, it's really just that. We just want to know what we're doing and how we're doing. That's all. It's not like some major political representation. It's just, how's your occupation? What are you guys doing?
Well, look, they're wanting people to come to help plan like a larger event than Flint. Flint was a small thing. They want this to be bigger.
Actually, it wasn't really small at all. But I'm just saying.
Okay, go ahead. Right.
Go ahead.
I went to a couple of the other travel things, and the point of information I have is that so far, from what I've been to those, it's, hey, anybody interested at all from any of the occupied should always come and visit us, because then we're communicating with each other and sharing information. That was always what I got.
Okay. I just got an email. I don't know.
Do we have any other points of information?
I wondered if it counted as a point of information or a clarifying question, so you shouldn't be offended in the wrong order. But I was going to say that maybe falls under the category of, again, I am Sonia, who's often here at Occupy Detroit, and this is what I've seen happening. I do the same thing saying I'm Sonia, who's often at Occupy Flint, and here's what I've seen happening this week. So it's not an official.
Can I say one more thing?
Can you actually, before we go to the clarifying question, can you just briefly restate your proposal directly?
Okay, there's two parts to it. One is they want a couple people from here to come to their Thursday GA and help plan the events for Saturday. Second part is arranging carpools for people to come up to their larger gathering on Saturday. They want us to be able to help in the planning of what they have going on Saturday, so we're all represented, and it's not just Lansing.
So you're proposing that we choose somebody, or that we elect ourselves?
No, that we choose somebody. Some people, like 2 or 3 people.
By only 2 or 3.
Do you have any clarifying questions?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I
think she means the minimum.
No.
Or are you saying we should do it?
No,
If you're not suggesting you do it, then I don't see it as a proposal. I see it as an announcement.
I need.
I think really at this point, maybe we should take a temperature check, if I'm not mistaken, correct me please, to see if we can move forward.
No,
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna step in as the support person. Okay, can I state for you? Okay, it sounds to me like the proposal is that she's proposing that we elect 2 or 3 people to represent Occupy Detroit in going to a meeting in Lansing to their General Assembly to talk about what Occupy Detroit is doing and how we can further help the global movement.
And talk about Saturday.
Do you have any points of information?
I think maybe it could be restated better as like proposing actual, and who wants to go as a liaison, and proposing I propose you and you as a liaison. Are there any blocks that?
Okay.
Is that kind of how it is?
That's not really fair because
Go ahead.
Just,
We're doing
I'm
point of
sorry.
information right now. I need clarifying questions after that.
Just as a point of information, this still sounds to me like an announcement. And I also want to say that I don't think there's anything wrong with people nominating themselves, because it sounds like something that's very dependent on when you can go. And since we are generally in consensus about the fact that no one represents the movement, Like, I feel like this is an announcement, and the folks that want to go should talk to you afterwards.
I have to actually leave.
We have a point of
Let's
process.
do a point of process on all these points of information. Like, pretty much none of them have been points of information. They've all been opinions or questions.
Here's a point of information. Last gathering, they were asking for more people to show up as representatives. So I don't really think a number 3 or 2 should be put on it. They wanted more than just that amount. That was at the first one. This is the second one, which is at the third, and then the 20th. There is also the one here.
Yes.
So we're not going to just say take 3 people from every
that's not what I'm saying.
I'm just saying like.
For Thursday, they wanted 2 or 3 people to help plan what's going on Saturday. Saturday is the gathering. They wanted people to come Tuesday to help Thursday at their GA to help plan the Saturday tribal thing. All the people come to tribal thing on Saturday. Just a couple people help plan it on Thursday. That's what they're asking.
Okay, do you have any other points of information? Okay, so now we're going to clarifying questions.
Yeah, we've already been there.
Who's that point of information?
To volunteer sounds better than to have been appointed. Because if you don't have free time and you have other commitments, then, because I would like to go and volunteer for it, and I'll be there Saturday, but the representation on Thursday.
Okay, I have no idea.
Okay, so we are out of time. At this time, we can either ask, let's take a temperature check on asking for more time for this proposal. Let's say 2 minutes.
I don't have anything else to say, really.
Okay, so there's a lot of these, so it's not 70-30, so we're not going to add any more time. So I'm going to take a temperature check on moving forward through the consensus process.
Yep. No. I would like an amendment. That'd be cool.
No, and this is correct. As a point of process, we do have to have time for friendly amendments that are aside from the clarifying questions and points of information. Can I get 1 minute for friendly amendments? Thank you. Rakiba?
My friendly amendment is that whoever goes, that they do have touch with the work groups and at least review the Occupy Detroit website so that you know what's going on. So when they ask us what is going on down here, we can actually tell them substantive things that are going on, not just be people that's just up there and they never participate in anything or read anything or know what's going on.
Yes.
So do you accept this amendment?
Huh?
Do you accept her friendly amendment?
Oh, yeah, but I don't know. I still don't know how we're choosing the people that are going.
So my friendly amendment is that 1 person from racial inclusion and sensitivity goes, 1 person from direct action goes, and 1 person from outreach goes, and that the people who are here from those working groups go back to the work group and find somebody who can go on Thursday to help plan for Saturday.
Why do you feel like you mean all of them, right?
Just at least 1 person from each of those 3 working groups.
Why those 3?
Because they're the ones that are doing a lot of stuff right now.
We are out of time. We had 1 more person on stack. Can we get that permission to have that one person finish with their friendly amendment and then move forward with the consensus process?
So I also have a friendly amendment that whoever is going on behalf of Occupy Detroit and representing themselves, that they take some notes and some minutes and report back to us on what is happening with the other occupies around the state.
I'd love to actually have them
Cool. All right, so we're going to move forward with the consensus
I think I did something like that. Yeah.
Is there anybody not feeling too jazzed about this? Point of process.
Especially.
Can you restate it, including the amendment?
Sure. The proposal as I heard it was that whoever goes knows what they're talking about, reviews before they go and speak about Occupy Detroit, that each of the direct action, outreach, and racial inclusion and sensitivity make sure that at least 1 person from their work group goes to be a quote-unquote liaison or representative, and that they carpool with Carolyn on Thursday to help plan for the Saturday regional gathering, Michigan regional gathering. and then come and report back. Thank you.
Thank you.
I actually can't go. I'm just relaying this information to the people that are planning the trial gathering. They just emailed
So
me.
there actually is no stack.
Okay.
All right, so that was the proposal. Is there anybody who is not feeling too great about this proposal? We have one. Thanks, Craig. Anybody willing to stand aside? Won't stop anybody from participating, but isn't going to block. And any blocks? Do we have consensus? Oh, we do have a block. I apologize, Craig. Will you please explain your block?
I don't think we should put a name on someone as representation. We all represent the occupied Detroit. So if you're going to say you're delegated by GA and represent us, I think we're all delegated. We know what's going on in our groups. In 3 working groups, to just be the representation of Detroit sounds a little pitiful to me when there's way more than 3 working groups. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. At this time, because there was a block, part of the process is allowing a brief moment of time to discuss the block in order to either have him persuade us to back his block or to let him resign his block. So I'm going to propose that we have 2 minutes to talk about the block. Can I get a temperature check on the 2 minutes for the talking about the block? I am not seeing 70-30. Can I propose 1 minute? Temperature check on 1 minute. Okay, thank you. So would anybody like to speak to the block? Hans?
I don't think, I mean, even if it is 3 people, even if it's more, and it seems like this is kind of a volunteer type of basis, I don't think any huge decisions are necessarily even going to be made at this meeting. I don't think this is such a high-pressure situation where you really have to worry about who's representing who and how they're representing.
Point of process.
I want to say, addressing the point of process, he's the blocker. When people come up to address his block, he has an opportunity to address that person back in return before the next person goes to
The person
stand.
that was delegated to go to event with us was not a member of certain groups and posted that they were, such as finance and fundraising. So just be careful. Yeah, nobody knows about that, do they?
All right.
The issue of representing or not representing using individuals is a really important issue. But we've already been through a similar issue with how do individuals relate to the media. And we agree that if they're going to represent officially, then there's a process for that. Or when you're speaking with the media, just say, this is my opinion. I think this is a similar situation.
All right, we are out of time on our 1 minute. Can I take a temperature check for adding more time? All right, that's not going to happen. So, at this time, would you like to take back your block? All right, so we move to a 9/10 vote. All in favor of letting the... All in favor of letting the proposal pass, please raise your hand. We need 1 hand only, not spirit fingers. 1 hand we actually have to count.
What is it we're doing?
There is a block presented. Whenever there is a block presented and the block is not taken back, we move to a vote by 9/10. So if 10% of the people raise their hand and not letting the proposal pass, it does not pass. But we have to count the hands. So please leave your hand up until we have a full count.
So what are we voting on?
I'm letting the proposal pass.
So wait, is this a yes vote?
This is the yes voting. All right, we got 58 and 4. Any opposed? 2. The proposal passes. All right, next on the proposals, Sarah. Oh, Eric, I apologize. We're at time for proposals. Okay, so before we start with this next proposal, we are at time for proposals. What's our time for Joyce? Okay, so we would like to ask how many proposals we have left. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 proposals still on stack. Can I get a temperature check on giving each of these proposals a total of 7 minutes each?
Apparently, it'll be 21 minutes total. Hope my battery lasts.
I'm with the Northeast Outpost, and
Hi, Jack.
I'm with the Northeast Outpost, and I tried to propose that we have a restoration day turned into an announcement. I think that needs to be an actual proposal to get the full weight of the General Assembly behind us. I'm proposing that the working groups between now and Saturday work towards getting as many people involved in the restoration of squats on Golden Gate as they are able. This would include outreach going into the neighborhoods around us as well as into the community at large. It would be comfort, providing food and materials as they are able. What's the word? Racial sensitivity, acting as a go-between, all the people that will be involved, because we're definitely going to cross some lines. Yes, that is my proposal.
Can before we jump into points of information, can you quickly, concise, in one sentence, what your proposal is, so everybody's clear?
My proposal is that the General Assembly back restoration of the Golden Gate community between now and Saturday.
Points of information. Clarifying questions?
Yes.
This is just a friendly question. I have no idea who's living at the Golden Gate property or anything like that, and I'm just wondering, like, what are our long-term goals for Golden Gate, and are they directly going to be helping us as a movement? And are the people that are staying there, are they just random people that are being housed, or are all the people actively involved with the movement that are being housed there?
The Dr. Bob and Mars actually had kind of a squatting situation going on there. They were friends with John and I believe Luciana, right? And once the camp broke, they invited us to come and join them in their endeavors. The people who, well, as Eric stated earlier, we had about 8 people, and since conditions were so harsh there, they've slowly been falling off, but we're kind of got a foothold now. The core that we have in the White House are Eric, Derek, and Bob, and another young gentleman who kind of comes and goes. Across this, Sean?
Sean is in the other house.
Oh, right, and Sean has like his own house.
So are those people directly involved with the movement?
And those people were directly involved from the camp, and they came from the camp, and they are...
Just because they're at camp doesn't mean they were involved.
Well,
they were involved in camp from staying there, but they're not necessarily involved now. Because they're
here today. Derek couldn't come because he's actually watching the house.
Right.
So somebody's got to stay there. It's not, you got to lock in the key.
Yeah, right. So yes, those are people there. It is my opinion that their motives are pure. Not to mention John and who else? Wayne, right? And Todd.
Yeah, Wayne is.
Yeah, and Todd was Todd comes from time to time too. Yes. But no, there is
John and also.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is this isn't just a new collection of people from the neighborhood or like, oh,
and
crash. Yeah, let me crash in your place for a couple of days. So yes, it is largely Occupy Detroit movement. The long-term goal, what I would like to see, is to have a Occupy Detroit-like encampment in these buildings, so we can recreate what we had there. Where instead of tents, we each have a room, and we take over this house, and then the people in that house can work on the next house, and they would each have a room, and then we move on through the community until we can rebuild this very blighted area. Is that a question?
Sir, you got a point of information?
I think he's up to it. I mean, if Derek is D, he was one of our main security people on site who was doing stuff every single day, so.
Yeah. That's